Hey, what's happening, YouTube? If you're tuning in right now, this video is about PCS'ing from AIT. So I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. So basically, your platoon sergeant in AIT is gonna come to you with your orders of where you're gonna be. You know, your first duty station is gonna be. When you get these orders, what you need to do is, if you're married, you need to get in contact with your spouse like ASAP. And if y'all already did discuss about your living situation, whether y'all gonna live on post or if y'all gonna live off post, your spouse need to start getting things situated as far as trying to get y'all housing. What I did in my experience, when I got my orders, I called my wife, let her know that I received my orders. We need to get in contact with housing. I'm going to Fort Polk. That was my order said at first, but they got changed. So expect that to happen. My orders got changed, and I end up my orders being to Fort Raleigh. So anyway, you know, I let my wife know all that, and she got in contact with housing, and housing let her know what she need to do, what applications and stuff she had to fill out online, and things of that nature. And so that was handled and taken care of probably a month prior to me graduating. Okay, so when you get your orders, your platoon sergeant also supposed to be setting you up an appointment with travel and transportation. And mainly, basically, well, you also have the right to call and set up appointment yourself with travel and transportation. But you just need to know, you need to have your orders on hand. You know, you need to know exactly where you're going, you know, so before you can do all that. But your platoon sergeant, well, in my experience, my platoon sergeant, he set up my appointment, and it was a last minute thing. That's why I say you can set it up yourself, but I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't know that I could do that, so I waited on my platoon sergeant, and you know, he made it happen though. But once you get that appointment set up, when you go to travel, you basically gonna be paying for your ticket. But no, yeah, like I said, paying for your ticket. Just know they ain't gonna tell you this, because they I'm sure they tell me. But when you go to travel, the military only pay you once. They only pay you one time for moving. And in my situation, I did what you call a partial duty move. And basically the military, you know, they moved me, and I moved half of my stuff. So yeah, the military moved half of my stuff, and I moved the other half. And with that being said, from my AIT, being at travel, from what they told me is that you cannot, the military would not pay for you going from your AIT to home. You know, like I did my AIT in Fort Lee, and the military wouldn't pay for me to go from Fort Lee to Alabama, you know, to get my family and everything, and then go to my duty station. The military only pay for duty station to duty station, from duty station to duty station, and that's the only thing they pay for. And if you're not doing that, if you're planning on going home, and which in my case I had HRAP, I had hometown recruiting, so I had to go home and do my recruiting for my hometown office, and that's why I had to go home. But the military wouldn't pay for that. But also, when you go to travel, that's where you'll, like, exactly, you'll pay for your tickets and all that stuff. They'll tell you everything that you need to know. When you go to transportation, it'll be setting up, like I was just saying a while back up there, about a diddy move and a partial diddy move. Whatever it is you choose to do, you know, they'll set it up for you. You know what I'm saying? And in that process, they're gonna ask you about a DLA allowance. And basically, a DLA is a dislocation allowance, which helps you for your moving expenses, your traveling, when you're traveling on the road, if you would be driving. It's a loan that you do not have to pay back. And they give you that just for your moving, and it should help you with food. It should help you with if you gotta get a trailer or a U-Haul, whatever it is that you need for your move, you know, that loan will help you out. You don't have to pay that back. They also will ask you for, do you want to advance? Now the advance you have to pay back. So my experience, I didn't know that. Yeah, I got the advance and I have to pay that back. But you do not have to get that advance. So don't get the advance. That's my advice. Don't get the advance because you really don't need it. All it is going to put you in the hole really, because you're going to be having to pay that money back. But yeah, and once you get that done, when you set up with transportation and travel, your platoon sergeant is going to give you a packet, and it's going to be your, well, actually your platoon sergeant is not going to give you a packet. What's going to happen is you're going to have a briefing that you're going to have to go to. At least that's what I had to do. I had to go to a briefing. And we went to a briefing at travel. And when I went to this briefing, they gave us a packet that we had when we first came to AIT. And we had to get all this paperwork set up. It was a day. It was a long day too, but it was a day where we just did paperwork. And when we was in processing, and they took that packet, they took a lot of that paperwork and kept it for this specific reason. For when it's time for PCSing, they give you that packet back and make sure you have all your, they go through all your paperwork to make sure you have all the right paperwork for when you get to your duty station. And so it's gonna be up to you to keep up with that packet, you know. So make sure when you get that packet, you keep up with it, because you're gonna definitely need that when you get to your duty station. And that's really it with PCSing. You know what I'm saying? You need your orders. And like I said, if you're married and you're expecting to be living off post or on post, either way you got to go through housing. And so that's the first thing you need to do. When you find out where you're going to be going, get with your spouse. And you might have to do it yourself, but I didn't have the time. And I was, you and your spouse supposed to be one. That's supposed to be one. That's right. So get with her and or him, and make sure they handle their business. Call housing and let them know y'all, your husband or your wife is getting ready to be PCSing during this time. This is when y'all supposed to be at this duty station, and we want to get on the list for housing, or what are the things I need to do. Just ask questions, and they will lead you to what you need to do and the things you need to do. They're gonna give you the right info. So that was my experience with PCSing. That's basically was it. That was the beginning part of my PCSing. And like I said, make sure you keep up with all your paperwork, because you're gonna need that. Don't leave it on the bus. If you ride a bus, don't leave it on the plane. Keep that packet work with you, because you are going to need it. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm getting ready to check out. So just continue to tune in, because I'm gonna continue to put up videos. So till next time, I'm out.